Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're joining me for the first time, you're so welcome. This is a safe space. I'm so glad you're here. If you're subscribed to me, thank you so much for your support. If you're not subscribed to me and you're watching this, if you like it, subscribe to me. So what I wanted to talk about today is the Rider-Waite-Smith with the versus the Soul Seeker Tarot, which I found very intriguing. This is the Universal Weight. This is the one that was recolored by Mary Hansen Roberts. So it's just like the Rider-Waite with more vibrant colors. And this is the Soul Seeker Tarot. Now, I pre-ordered this deck months ago, and I got it about a week ago, I guess. So I've been looking forward to this one coming out. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences as we go through. It takes the traditional RWS and kind of flips the light switch off. I feel like it forces you to be into the first person psychological space in this deck. Okay, so the artist of this deck is... The artist is the one that starts with the M. I cannot pronounce these words. And Charles is the author of the guidebook. So... the box that it came in, is just, it's a heavy, sturdy box. So that is the box. The guidebook is with Lo Scarabeo. You get your little small paragraphs, and then the rest of it is in several different languages, which is how the publisher does the guidebooks there. I think this one is just a little white book for the RWS meanings. The cardstock on this one, I feel like it's a lighter weight paper. It's really flexible and it's thinner, but it's really smooth. It's really got a smooth, glossy finish. And the riffle shuffling with this one is fantastic. I'm focusing more on this one. This one's great too. This is my favorite RWS clone. But this one is a little bit different. And so far, I absolutely love it. I haven't really read with it yet, but I've looked through it and made some notes. And the sizes. Now, this one is just a tad bit smaller. And when I say tad, I mean a tad. Like there you can see. It might help if I would hold it in camera view. All right, so let's take a look at the two together. So here, I'm not going to go over every card. We'll look at every card, but I only made notes on a few. So here, the full card, Love Free Spirit, where he's blindly walking off a cliff on a beautiful sunny day. As we see here, he has this little dog here. He's making a leap into the unknown. And it looks very cheerful and easy. In the Soul Seeker version, I feel like it kind of forces you to see the actual gravity of that drop, because it's darker and it doesn't feel cheerful to me. Yeah, I feel like it forces you to see the actual gravity of the drop. And it reminds you that taking that leap of faith it's not a careless, happy-go-lucky moment. Like, it's actually terrifying. So it's a risk. And I feel like this gives you more of a risk factor. It doesn't look as happy. It looks more like, Okay. And here we have the Magician. I did want to talk a little bit about this one. Showing you how it's so easy to manifest whatever you want for your gains. And I feel like this version here feels more like a alchemist working at night. But it's not about putting on a show for everybody else. It's about that messy private trial and error. If you do witchy things, you will know that trial and error that happens when you're trying to craft something or do a spell that's building literally something out of nothing by yourself. So you're putting in all the work and you are doing this. So let's look at our High Priestess. She definitely looks more dark and mysterious to me than the classic, which I did say this was touched up and more vibrant in color, and I do love this deck, but I love this for the darker side. And even our Empress, obviously, she doesn't look as, it doesn't look as easy. I'm not going to say as happy. It doesn't look as easy, which is real life, and nothing comes easy for 98% of us. Here we have the Emperor. Huge difference here as well. He is very serious about his job. The Hierophant. Now, this is a different take on the Lover's card, which I kind of love. They're kind of turning around and looking at you. I almost feel like this is the Garden of Eden. We've got the angel. We've got the fruit tree. We've got the snake. And I can almost hear like the biblical tale of God asking them, where are they? Or God speaking to them. And this is, according to the Bible story, it's before that they knew that they had sinned, quotations, because they're not ashamed. They don't have clothes on. They don't this one either, but they're just kind of looking up. Over here, they're looking back like they hear God speaking to them, you know, where are you guys at? Which I'm sure God doesn't sound like that. Dig this Chariot card. Sometimes you have to force yourself through the dark when you can't see what's ahead. So I like that. Love the Strength card. I really do like it that she's just kind of, it's almost like she's massaging his head instead of patting him. So love that. Love the castle in the back. I like this. And this one, you know, he's kind of got his arm held way up, and here it's kind of out. And we have the snake, which we do in some of the Hermit cards. And we have, it looks like an H. And we have the wheel. Gorgeous. We have the Justice card. Huge difference here. Yeah, I love this. She's kind of up close and up front, and it's bringing you directly to your accountability or facing justice. And it looks like she's barefoot. Like you can see the, well, yeah. It looks barefoot, which is a different take on it too. I like. So holding the sword up with the scales. Here we have the Hanged Man. Of course, obviously, it's more of a darker deck. I feel like it brings you more into the card, like you're psychologically, maybe that's how I say. It brings you more into the card psychologically, or it does me. In this one, we already have some skeleton heads laying there, or some skulls. Here we have the Temperance card, a different take on this. Absolutely love it. This is probably going to be my favorite RWS clone. It's so much more like real life. This one looks so jovial, and this one looks like you can work on it and reach the balance and reach the harmony, but it's going to take a little work. You're going to have to wade a little bit deeper in the water. You can't just stick your toes in. You're going to have to go all in. And here is the sun, and here I feel like it's the moon. So love that. The Devil card. Love this. I feel like we have some things. I'm not sure what those are. I would love to know those symbols on that. We have the caduceus in the middle here, and the pentagram on the forehead. Our tower. Really, really love that. The star, just gorgeous. The moon. The Soul Seeker kind of strips away the noise. With the darkness, I feel like it kind of strips away the noise. And it focuses on what it actually feels like to be completely lost in the fog by yourself. It changes the card from a scary external warning about deception into a very personal story about focusing your own footsteps when you can't see the road. So I feel like this is a deck for more, I just feel like this is a more psychological deck. I don't know why, but I do. I feel like you can go deeper with this deck, I'm guessing. Here we have the sun. Both of these are beautiful. This one has a more shadowy aspect to it. This one definitely has more of a shadow aspect to it. Here we have the hand literally coming up out of the ground. More somber look on the angel's face there, over here. And we have the black cross instead of the red one. That hand is very interesting. I can't wait to read with these. Okay, here we have the World card. And then we go into the cups. Love this cup. I love that it just brings it so up close. The Two of Cups. They've took the house out of the background and we just have a mountain, and it's more up close and darker. And here we have the Three of Cups. I love this dark Three of Cups. It looks like they're under some sort of a, some sort of a tree or a vineyard. We don't have the pumpkins like we're in the dirt. So what notes did I make on this? Okay. I feel like this one is kind of about partying and out in the open and celebrating with your crowd. And in this one, I feel like this is true community, and it just isn't about who you party with when things are great. This is about the very few people that you can count on. The people that you can sit with in the dark when your life feels like it's falling apart or you need some real support. These are the people that will hold space for you. That's the feeling that I get from that. And here we have the Four. Very different vibe. And here, this one is very up close. This one definitely pulls you into more of a, like you're in there, like you're in the card. More of that hard grief, that painful grief. I can't say something about all of them or we'll be here. I'm sorry. I want to, but I'm going to try to stop. Love this Seven of Cups. Absolutely love it. I love that she's sideways and we could see her instead of with the back turned toward us. This Eight of Cups. I love it. His journey's not going to be easy. It looks like a snow-covered steps, icy steps to leave there. Very, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't want to keep saying shadowy or dark, just very eerie almost. I like this one too. This is like all my wishes have happened and I'm happy as a clam. And this one is kind of like, you know, I'm going to enjoy this moment. They don't come very often. The Ten of Cups. I love their necklaces that they're wearing, and I like the fact that in this one there's not kids. You rarely see a card without kids unless it's an animal deck. The Page of Cups. Right, here we have the Knight of Cups. And let's see, I did make some notes on knights because I thought this knight was a little bit different. Okay, so over here we have, I put this knight looks graceful, romantic, like a charming fairy tale prince, just riding out of the sun, making romance glamorous, and just looks so easy. And I feel like this knight shows that you're following your heart, or following whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be romance in either card, but I feel like that this one is showing that you're following your heart, and it's not always a sunny walk. Sometimes it's a dark ride, and sometimes it's very lonely. It's a lonely journey through the dark where you just have to trust your feelings about it, and whether it's romantic or something else. Okay. Oh, I love the snake. I love the snake almost necklace instead of the fish. I love this King of Cups. It's about being the anchor in the absolute dead of night, like being that king that we all know and love as the King of Cups, is the anchor in the absolute dead of night when everything around you is pitching into chaos, when the storms of life come. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit. The Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. The Two of Pentacles. I love that it's up closer. I love that the boat's up closer. I love how dark it is. I love the dark, stormy clouds. Our Three of Pentacles. And in this one, I feel like it shows, we have this one here. It's like they're just looking at him, like they're all working together great. And this one here is like he's got his hand up. One's looking at the paper and one's got his hand up like he's almost challenging him to, because, you know, you can work together, but there's always, it never goes as easy. I feel like this is looking at social media versus real life. I think I've said that before, and the Good Times tarot that I have, it makes me think of that. But our Four of Pentacles, I need to hurry. The Five. Now here it shows the door versus just the window in this one. The snow's a little heavier. It's a little darker. The snow's deeper in this one. It's coming up to her dress, or up over her dress. Here we have the Six and the Seven. And I love the way in this one he has got his, let me put him down so you can see, he has got his foot kind of crossed over like you do when you're kind of anxiously waiting. The Eight, he's kind of more bent over, like putting his back into it, doing the work. This Nine of Pentacles, oh my God, I love the Nine of Pentacles. You have to admit, I really feel like this one is both of them are great. I'm more drawn to kind of the real life ones. It's like here we have this couple back here. They're getting the money, but they're not paying Papa no attention over here. The dogs are, so that's good. The Page of Pentacles. I feel like in this one, we have the slow, steady knight, sitting completely still on the horse in a flat, bright yellow field, looking at a single coin, just taking his time like the knight does. He's notoriously known as the slowest knight, and I love that. I like to pull the Knight of Pentacles, actually. But in this art, his stillness doesn't feel like it's really that slow. It feels like a resilience and endurance in this card to me. Like he's the one standing in the dark, long after everyone else is gone. And our beautiful queen, obviously differences there. Our king, huge differences there as well. I love it. The Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, our 3. Here where we're looking for the ships to come in, and here it's very, very dark, and we have 1 ship, not 3. We have 1 ship, and he's been waiting on it. He stood past the day. He's waited until dark, until night. So he's been looking for a long time. The 4 of Wands. These are fantastic. The 5 of Wands. I love that we have a castle in the back of this one, and the dark, dark clouds like a storm. We have this chaotic competition with a storm rolling in. And here we have the 6 of Wands, and he's like coming in like to be recognized with his, he kind of looks like a rich, he looks like he has more money, and with the green thing across the green cover over the horse, and the laurel wreath, and everybody cheering him on. And this one's just coming in. He doesn't have all the fancy stuff. He's really worked for his recognition, and they don't really seem that particular. They're recognizing him, but is it with, are they jealous, or like they don't look so happy? They're not holding their, they don't look like a very cheering crowd. Here's our 7, the 8. It's coming through. It's coming, but it's coming in the dead of night. Love this 9. I love the way that he has his, kind of got his head down under his hood. It's almost like he's kind of blending in. I love the tree in the back, the leaves shining through, and it's in the darkness. It's a different feel. It's a different vibe in the dark. You know, we talk about this card as the burnout card, where he's carrying too much stuff, and you can see he's walking forward. He's walking toward, so you know his struggle is almost over. He's walking toward the house, toward the home. And in this one, this version cuts off that easy ending, like he's not walking toward that. I feel like this forces you to look at the present moment, the exact moment where you're crushed under the weight in that pitch black, and you don't even know if you're gonna make it to the finish line, because you know sometimes we don't, and that's just reality. Sometimes we don't. Love these Page of Wands. This is our Knight of Wands. Love this. I love the cover on the face. I love the 3 pyramids in the back. Our Queen of Wands. Love it. Our King of Wands. This one's facing this way, and I like how most of the archetypes, a lot of them are facing toward us instead of away, like if they can look into your soul. Okay, now we're going into the swords. We have the Ace of Swords, and I really love the 3. I love this. I feel like you can feel the grief here, or the heartache. The 4, I love how he's kind of got his head turned over instead of up. Our 5, it's more dark and moody. I love the symbols on the back of their cloaks there. The 6, I feel like this one is more dark too. It's like, it's almost like having to sneak away in the dark. And that boat's going this way, and this one's coming this way. The 7 of Swords. Again, now he's looking back in this one, and he's looking down. We don't have the circus looking tents in this one, and we don't have, I don't see anybody in the background. Hour 8, love it. That dark castle in the background. I'm a big fan of castles, y'all. I love castles. That makes me think of the Dracula castle. Here we have the 9 of Swords. She's very distraught, anxiety. The 10, love this one. Instead of it being in the back, it's like, it's almost like you know what's coming. You have that intuition, and you know. The Page of Swords, I love that he's facing tortoise as well. We have another castle in the back in the dark. I love that. Love the Knight of Swords, again, facing us. And here we have the Queen of Swords, and I did make a note. I feel like this card is saying that she's very guarded because she has walked through hell in gasoline pajamas and came out on the other side. And she has survived it. And she has learned how to protect her peace at any cost. So, I love that. Where's my king? Oh, I almost had a heart attack, y'all. I didn't see it when I was hiding up under the Lo Scarabeo bookmark cards, as I call them. So here we have our king. I love this. I love this, the butterflies and the bird, which gives it a twist all on its own. Fantastic. Okay. So it riffle shuffles like a dream. It slides like a dream. So let's pull one. Feeling this one here. So let's see what we have. Oh, the backs are also beautiful, and I do believe they're reversible if you read reversibles. The 8 of Pentacles. I would say with the 8 of Pentacles, if I was pulling it for a daily pull, what I need to focus on today, I would say to like not just go to work and or not just work on the project or whatever it is I'm working on, but to actually put my back into what I'm doing, to put the hard work in, and to be to get it done correctly and get it done right. And sometimes to get things done, I wouldn't say completely perfect, but you're wanting to get it perfect. So it's a lot of work to get things perfect, even if it's not necessarily back-breaking work. If you're trying to write an essay or something and you're trying to get it completely right, it's like you have to do all the digging and do the extra work that it takes to get it exactly the way that you want it, to get it A grade, I would say. So I would say that's what the vibes that this is giving me. It's not just doing the same routine over and over, and this is like putting a hard effort in, since he is kind of slumped over. You know his back's gonna hurt at the end of the day, being in that same position, making all these pentacles. So at whatever you're doing, even if it's not pentacles, if you're working in a relationship or you're working to fix something in your spiritual life, like you're going to have to do some research, you're going to have to go through a little bit of pain, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, to get it right, to get it the way that you want it, to what's acceptable for you. And that's what I have for that. And then I'm going to read it from the book and just see what the little book says. Teach yourself new skills by setting your hands to the task. Roll up your sleeves and set yourself to the task at hand. There's no shortcuts, just hard work and determination. Also, an indication to watch for useful patterns. Which it did give a little bit of a different thing, I think. Talking about rolling up your sleeves and setting yourself to the task at hand, which tells me if you're going to have to roll up your sleeves, you're going to have to dig in deep. So, you know, that tracks from what I can tell from the card. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, subscribed. If you follow me already, thank you for watching. And peace out. I love you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think.